Hello and welcome to App of the Week number 11. And this week we've returned to the field of investments, and I've had a good scout round the App Store, and I have to say it was quite hard to find some really good finance related apps. So what I've selected here is the JP Morgan Asset Management On The Go app. Now JP Morgan have really gone app crazy. They've got 12 apps of different types. But I chose this one because I felt that it was one of the more interactive and something you might find really useful. So just go to the App Store and in the usual way type in the search box on the top right hand side JP Morgan Asset Management, and you'll find this On The Go app in their suite of apps that they've got loaded up. Install the app in the usual way by pressing the green button, and you'll have to follow a set of instructions just saying whether you're a professional investor or a private investor, and ticking the terms and conditions. So let's have a look at what the app looks like. The main menu, when you load this up, gives you a short description of what the app is all about. So it's divided into 4 sections basically: Insights, Multimedia, Guide to the Markets, and Fund Explorer. And as you go through the screens, this menu appears in a strip across the bottom. So if you get lost, that's where you want to go back to. The strip across the bottom is the main menu. Having a look at Insights, we have several sections here: Updates, Multimedia, Old reports. So the last one was June 2013, and then they've obviously got the paper before that, May 2013. And at the bottom they've got the up-to-date blog. So this really does give you up-to-the-date opinion on different market trends. Now, why would you use this rather than go to the website? Well, the good thing is that it's very interactive. You're making the decision as to what you want to see next. You're not following a menu that's predetermined on a website. I find it a very easy but very detailed app to follow. There is a lot of information here, and they've really gone to town in making sure that it's very useful to the user. Moving on, we've got one of the deeper insights. So this was a piece written by Grace Tam about China, looking at the next part of the year. So if you're on a train or on the move, you can read quite detailed information on this app. If you're a fan of watching videos and hearing people's inflections in their voices, then maybe video is for you. And I notice on the right hand side they allow you to share these to different social media platforms with the little arrow button on the right hand side, or if you want to view something later on, you can save it to your favourites by highlighting the star. The Guide to the Markets, very detailed information here. So they've got the equity markets, GDP on economic indicators, currencies and debt. Just taking a little look at one of these screens, obviously you'll be able to have an in-depth view of this. Here's one I rather like the representation of. So this is the MSCI Europe Index by country weight and return. So they've got an explanation of exactly what each square means. So I'll just read that out because it's a bit small. Size of square represents weight within the index, and colour represents the return. So we can see that the majority of markets over this period, year to date, have returned over 10%, and the weight in the index favours obviously the UK, then France and Germany, followed by Switzerland. You can move across the different screens across the bottom. You've got some squares to follow, and that'll show you different information in the market sector. I did a quick search for a fund using one of the screens, and came up with the JP Morgan Emerging Markets Fund, for instance. So once again, you've got good interactive charts here with the performance figures, both cumulative and since inception. Further information is there's a little arrow on the right hand side. You can see the investment objectives and the Morningstar statistics. And furthermore, they have loaded up all the fact sheets, so if you want to check in more detail, or if you're with a client, for instance, and you're talking about potential funds, this might be a quick way of looking for particular documents that you might need to forward to your client. There's a whole repository in the documents section of all the fact sheets. You've got sales aids, brochures, and also research documents. So that's why the JP Morgan Asset Management app called On The Go is my app of the week number 11. Thanks for listening.